try to find the countries that I've lived in, okay? So does everybody have a map that they can look at? Okay, so the first country I want you to try and find is the UAE. Okay, so look at it, and if you need any help, ask.
What's the UAE?
It's the United Arab Emirates. It's in the Middle East.
United. I just figured that. Middle East.
Okay, has anybody found it? Okay, what country is it? Or where is it? What color is it?
It's orange.
Okay, so if you have the paper like this, it's right here, it's a little orange one at the end of this little peninsula, but I don't know exactly on the books. But the next one is Kazakhstan. Has anybody found it? Yeah. Okay. What color is it?
Yellow.
Okay, so Kazakhstan is the big yellow country on this paper. It's in Central Asia. So the next country is Oman, similar to the United Arab Emirates.
Found it.
Okay. So Oman is the little yellow one, or every one of yours, next to the UAE. And now the current country I'm living in is Vietnam. Okay, so try to find that. Has anybody found it? Okay, have people found it?
Pinkish reddish, yeah.
Okay, yes. Vietnam is this country right here. And I would say it kind of looks like a T, an S, but it's very long and on the side. Now, the last country that I've lived in, which is my home country, is Ireland. So it's not in Asia, it's in Europe. So some may be able to see it, some may not, but just try your best.
It's bottom.
Okay, have people found it? Anyone?
We did it.
Okay, so Ireland is the little orange one up here, next to the UK. Some may know it from being next to the UK. So now, the last country, which I'm moving to in August, is Egypt.
Find it.
Okay. So Egypt is right here in Africa. It's pink on this paper. Okay? So, well done. Okay, so now I'm going to start. Okay. Some may know my name. My name is Tia. I'm 15 years old. My mother is American and my father is Irish. I have two older sisters, and we have a house in Ireland where we go back for the summers and holidays. I've lived in 5 countries, and I'm moving to a new one in August. My father works in education, and that's why I move around so much. I'm going to talk to you about the countries I've lived in and the experiences I've had with being homeschooled in them and just what it's like. So the first country I lived in was Abu Dhabi, or like the UAE. I moved there when I was 1, so I don't actually remember a lot because I was so little. But we made a lot of friends there because of the homeschooling group. We had a lot of clubs and like co-ops like this, but it was more so for the younger groups and kind of more playing. So the next country I lived in was Kazakhstan, which is in Central Asia. It's close to Russia, and it speaks like Russian. I did a lot of activities like gymnastics and ice skating and piano lessons. We were able to do a lot of those things because we weren't in school. Like we used to do 9 hours of figure skating a week. It had really, really cold weather, like -40 in the winters. So because of that weather, there was a lot of ice. So people would make slides out of the ice. We would sled down them. It was really, really fun. And we used to make snowmen. Snowmen were the best things. My sisters were older than me, but around like 12 and 13, so they had a really hard time like adjusting because there weren't a lot of kids who spoke English or were just generally like foreign. But because there was no homeschooling groups, we did a lot of home projects. We used to do art projects, and for Halloween we would make our own costumes. And then at Easter we would make a lot of decorations, and like we would tie-dye eggs. So when I was 9, we moved from Kazakhstan to Ireland because my father had moved from the city that we were living to a different city in Kazakhstan, and we didn't go with him. So we did a lot of more home projects in Ireland, and I really enjoyed it. I started sports, which it's an Irish sport called camogie. It's kind of like the mix of like field hockey and lacrosse, and then I continued with my piano lessons. Then after a year we moved to Oman. It was similar to like the UAE. It was hot and warm, and I really liked it. So when I was there, my father moved to school, and I was in school for 2.5 years. It was nice, but it was really hard to adjust and like make friends. When I came out, my older sister, she didn't go into school, so she already had a group of homeschoolers like who were like from everywhere. We had co-op. It was more like this, like with actual kind of more lessons. I joined the swimming team, and it was really fun. I used to go all over the country for competitions and everything. When COVID hit, me and my mom and my 2 sisters moved back to Ireland. But after like the restrictions kind of lifted, we went back for like 2 months, and then the next year I went back for 2 months on my own to visit my father, and I like volunteered and read to the kids in the school. So now after that, when I was 14, I moved to Vietnam, where I'm currently living. I started school part-time, and I've done like online school and in-person school. With the language, it's really, really hard to learn, but the kids in my school know English, so I can talk to them, but still they talk to each other in Vietnamese, so it's really, really hard to kind of become more friends with them and actually become like a group. But I did start a Irish sport again called Gaelic football. It's kind of like a mix of like football and soccer. I would say it's very, very different from the different parts of Asia that I've lived in, because in the Middle East it was a lot of like Arabic and kind of more hot, and then in Kazakhstan it was Russian and cold, and this is a completely new language and kind of climate. There's a lot of rain. In the rainy season, there is so much rain you would get drenched if you went out for like 5 minutes. So now in August, or in May, we're going to leave Vietnam and move to Egypt. My parents have visited there already, and they said it was really nice. They visited the pyramids, and I really am really excited to move there. I'm excited to go back to like the Middle East kind of climate and culture, and I'm happy to go from Vietnam because I've had quite a difficult time adjusting there. So that's it, okay? Well, my favorite place was Oman, okay? Because I made a lot of friends, I did a lot of swimming, and it was warm, and it was like, in Vietnam it's quite wet and like humid, but in Oman it was really dry and just warm. So, okay, I'm done, so thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah?
I don't know where any of these are because I'm learning about states and it's really hard.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where a lot of states are. I have no idea. Even though I did U.S. history, so. But yeah, I'm sure that you'll learn more about the world countries in a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
What's the most challenging part of moving around so frequently?
I think making friends. I've had a really hard time making friends in any country, but living in Ireland, I think is the most challenging because in Ireland I don't have any friends. Even though we're there so much of the time, it's really, really hard. But in different countries, I think Oman was the best country for like to move around and like get settled. But I think it's definitely like not having like friends and like it's just very hard, I think, for me. My favorite thing about Ireland is, I think, having my family there. I think having my father's family, like my grandparents and my cousins and everything, I really enjoy that. I live very close to my grandparents, so I love seeing them. And I think just the weather as well, even though it's cold and wet, I still like it because it's kind of predictable. But yeah, okay, do you have a question?
Which country did you like the best?
I liked Oman. It was very nice to live there. I made a lot of friends and I did swimming and it was very warm, so I enjoyed that.
I was looking at the map, and this map, unlike other maps, doesn't actually show borders too well.
Mhm.
So while I'm looking at it, it just looks like a continent. It doesn't look like a bunch of smaller things.
Wanna see
And
this?
no, I like this because it just shows that we're all in the same boat. It doesn't matter if we're on the boat, we are, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's a boat, we're all equal. Some people don't want to say that we're equal, but we are. We're all humans. And yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Anyone
true.
who doesn't think we're all equal and all humans should not be on the boat in the first place. In my view.
True, yes. I think you're very right. Okay, anybody else? No? Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.